So here is a question we're sitting with, and it will feel backwards. Over the next 4 sessions, which result should you trust more? The one where your pattern survives or the one where it dies? The one where it dies. Think it through. If your pattern survives, it survived under conditions specifically favorable to its survival. You wanted it. You were watching for it. You had a stake. It arrived in exactly the circumstances that manufacture false positives, and you have no way to separate the real signal from your own wanting. That doesn't make it false. It makes it weakly evidenced. Weigh it accordingly. But if your pattern dies, if you run 5 sessions with every bias you possess pushing toward that lower right void, and it simply does not appear enough times, then it died against the pressure. It survived nothing. It was killed by the world in the face of your active resistance. That is a strong result. That is the strongest result available to you this week. And notice that this is the same argument as day 13, arriving in its final form. You cannot learn from a hit. A hit confirms everything you did, including the parts you did wrong, and it does so pleasantly enough that you never check. A death tells you something true, obtained under adversarial conditions that you did not want to know. 4 sessions left. I hope, for the sake of your record, that at least one of your pattern dies in them. Not because I wish you failure, but because a practicum in which nothing died is a practicum in which nothing was tested. And you will be looking at that notebook for a long time. Now here's the prize, and it's available to you in 4 sessions. Each session, you mark the region you almost skipped. On day 30, you look at your 4 marks and you ask, are they the same region? If they are, if it is the upper left every time, 4 times out of 4, then you have located your blind spot. Not as a theory about yourself, not as a piece of self-deprecating insight you could have generated any time by reflecting. As a place on a table, identified empirically by watching yourself fail to look at it over 4 independent sessions with a procedure designed to catch exactly this. I want you to understand how rare that is. Most practitioners in this field, most people in any field, have never located a blind spot. They have theorized about their weaknesses. They have humble sounding stories about what they are not good at. But an actual coordinate, a specific region of the table that your attention has been reliably declining to visit for 26 days, discovered by measurement, that is worth more than any pattern you could have confirmed, because every future reading you ever do will have that region in it. And now you know to go there mechanically forever because you have proof that you will not go there naturally. And notice the shape of what you have found. An absence. Not an absence in the field, an absence in you. The void turned around and pointed at the reader. The 3 inches you never looked at, found at last by the only method that could have ever found them, which is a procedure that does not care what you find interesting. Your drill. 1. Question in step 0. Session as normal, full trunk, map frozen, disconfirmation written. 2. Run the sweep, every region in a fixed order, occupied or empty. 90 seconds, boring by design. 3. Mark the region you almost skipped, 1 word. Do not analyze it. Do not explain it. Do not decide what it means. Just mark which one it was. You are collecting 4 data points across 4 sessions, and the analysis happens on day 30. 4. And only now, after the sweep is on the page, consult your declared test. Look at the lower right, or wherever your test lives. Score it against the threshold you set last night. Do not adjust the threshold. You set it before you knew, and that is exactly what makes it worth anything. 5. And label the observation, made blind or made while looking. Tonight, the answer is made while looking. You knew what you were testing. Write that down plainly next to the result, because on day 30, you're going to sort your findings by evidential weight, and the first sort is going to be blind versus sighted, and you will need to know which is which. 4 sessions left after tonight. Run the sweep in every one of them. That is day 26. Every reader has a blind spot. It is not the card they misread. That is a mistake, and mistakes are findable. It is the 3 inches of empty table they never looked at, and those are not findable because attention has no error message. You cannot notice what you did not notice, so do not try. Vigilance is attention, and attention is the resource that has already been committed. Give the job to a procedure instead. Sweep the table in a fixed order, every region, occupied or empty, before you consult your test. Because the test you declared last night is a spotlight, and a spotlight makes a room dark. That is not a flaw in what you did. The test is the whole point, and an undeclared pattern is untestable. It is simply the cost, and the cost has to be paid with a procedure rather than with good intentions. Mark the region you almost skipped each night, 4 nights, and on day 30, see whether it is the same one. If it is, you will have located your blind spot as a place empirically by measurement, which almost nobody in this field has ever done. And remember the symmetry, because the next 4 nights will tempt you. If your pattern survives, it survived under conditions you built to favor it. If your pattern dies, it died against everything in you that was pushing for it to live. The result you do not want is the one you should trust. You're not asked to believe. You're asked to record, including and especially the 3 inches you never looked at. I'm Dr. Rivka Edery, and I'm signing off on day 26. I'm really looking forward to having you with us for tomorrow, day 27. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye for now.